Hey guys, welcome to 334 Tactical Outdoors. Today I'm out here with my Lifetime Yukon Angler kayak, and I'm going to build a trolling motor bracket and mount the trolling motor on the bracket. That's what today's episode is going to be about. I'll do another episode of doing the steering and getting all the controls moved up front by my seat, but today is just going to be mounting the bracket and installing the bracket and mounting the trolling motor on my backside here. I'll show you my parts list that I got of my idea of how I'm going to mount this to here. So let me show you my parts list that I got here, and let's get started. I've got two of these 90-degree angle brackets, which are 5-inch by 1-inch angle brackets. I got two of them, and as you can see, I've already bent one at a totally different angle than the 90 degrees, and I'll show you why whenever I put them over here on the back side of the kayak. I'll show you why I've done this, and I'm going to bend this one to match this one here. I've got 4 of these 6-inch by 3/4. These are just flat brackets. These are going to be for when it's setting up on my kayak. These are going to go on the back side, and I'm going to take this cutting board and cut it down and squish it in between here to get my bracket. This is just it's a super board poly granite cutting board that I got from Walmart. They run about $12. I'm going to be using, these are all stainless steel lags and stainless steel bolts. I'd advise you to use all stainless steel. That way you don't have the rust problem or anything. It's your choice, but these are all stainless steel. These are actually 1 inch and 1/4 lag bolts, and these are 2-inch, just they're 2 inches long, and it's 1/4-inch threads bolts that I'm going to be squishing the poly board down with. These are my stainless steel washers that I'm going to put on the lags just to help hold them down. Let me show you the tail end of the kayak and why I'm bending this angle like I am here, or more flush mounted than what this one is. As you can see the difference in the two here. That way whenever I put my trolling motor, when I mount my trolling motor up here, I want it to be setting up flat and straight like this. I don't want it cocked all in like this. So this is the reason that I'm bending these pieces out like I am. So let me get this other one bent here, and once I get this other one bent and get them at the right angle, we're going to remove this handle and we're going to get these mounted down. I'm going to start by getting this handle removed off of here. Alrighty. Okay guys, what I've done right here so far is these are going to be my squares, you could say, for crushing into my design of this cutting board. So right now I'm going to cut out these two, and then I'm going to measure off and cut out 2 more. That way I've got 4 of them absolutely perfect. These are going to be 6 1/8 inches by 4 3/4 inches is what they're going to be. And the reason it's going to be that way is these brackets here are 6 inches long, or actually right at 6 1/8 inches long. That's a perfect fit right there. And my angle brackets here are right at 4 3/4 inches from the inside, as you can see right there. So it's going to be a perfect fit for me to crush them in there. So that's how I got the measurements on there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these 2 out real quick and then I'm going to measure out 2 more and get them cut real quick. And then once I get that done, I'm going to drill a couple of holes in them and get them crushed down. That way I can get the bracket mounted down. So let me get these cut. I'll be right back. Okay guys, this is putting the brackets up to know where to drill the holes at through the cutting board, and as you can see I put both angles with the back piece that I'm going to tighten to, and all I'm going to do is just give it a dot down in there. That way I know where to drill my holes at to crush this together, because this is where my trolling motor is going to clamp down to it. So that's what this is right here. So now let's get some holes drilled. As you can see, I'll just show you what I got there. As you can see, I got 4 little dots. That's where I'm going to drill my holes at. So let's get... Let's get one of these bolts out here. That's a 1/4 inch drill bit, and that's a 1/4 inch bolt. As you can see, it's a nice little fit right there. So let's put our bracket up here and give it a, see how we fitting down through here. Let me get another bolt here. Get my other bracket on. And that right there is what you get, guys. It'll be, all of them will be pressed together right here. This will be the front side of it right here. This will be the back side of it here. I'm gonna get all these pressed together through here. That way we can get them all bolted down nice and tight. So I'm gonna get this done and we'll proceed to the next step. So let me get this done real quick. I'll be right back. Okay guys, this is a completed bracket. As you can see, I squished 4 pieces of the poly board in between my brackets with the front. There's the back side of it. There's the front side of it. Now, what it'll do, let me get the camera turned here. When I place it up here, now all I got to do is screw it down to the kayak, which I'm going to put in these little brackets right here. They're going underneath. Just like that. It'll give me more to screw down with here. Let me get the camera more up here where you can see it. See, that'll give me more holes to screw down with right there. So now what I'm gonna do is get everything measured and marked off, and once I get everything measured and marked off up here, then I'm gonna get it all screwed down and mounted. I'm gonna have to pull this back apart to be able to get to my one little screw right here. So once I get that done and get everything ready to mount it back down, and I'll be right back. But that's where we're at, guys. Got my mount mounted to the back side of my Lifetime Yukon Angler kayak. I have everything lag bolted in back here. It is nice and sturdy. I've got the poly board crushed together right here. As you can see on the back side here, I've got it completely, I measured right here to make sure that I had it perfectly in the middle there, and it's a pretty sturdy mount. Let me throw the trolling motor up here. Once I get the trolling motor up here, I'll show you how sturdy it is. Give me 1 second. Minnkota Endura C2. It's the 30-pound thrust and the 30-inch shaft. I've got it mounted up here on it. Now I have not done anything with my head unit yet. This video here was only for the mount and putting the trolling motor on. I'm gonna take it down here and put it in the creek, see how I like it on the back side before I do all my steering and cutting the shaft down and all of that. So, but this is, as you can see, it is absolutely sturdy on here. That is actually a nice mount. Let me get it turned. I mean, this is a really, the way that mount mounted down to the back side, it is completely sturdy. I am not worried about it at all. Let me get it down here in the water, get it tested out, see how I like it down here, and I'll shoot you a video while we're down there and see what goes on with it. So as soon as I get it on the water, this is the trolling motor on the back. As you can see, my mount's doing pretty good. I don't have none of my, like I said, this video here is only about the mounting bracket and installing the trolling motor and making sure that the mount works good. So the next video will be for me cutting the head, you know, cutting my shaft down, adding the steering controls, and moving the all the wiring controls up here to the front. That way I can do everything from the seat and I ain't got to turn around backwards like what I'm doing right now. But let me kick it back up wide open. This is full. This is wide open on speed 5, and it is moving this little kayak pretty good on the river. Let's try reverse, see how good reverse does with this bracket. Oh yeah, reverse does really well. That bracket is holding up really nice. That bracket is not even, back of this kayak is not even hardly moving whenever I'm shifting it from speeds. Going from forward back into reverse like this. As you can see, that bracket is holding up really well down here. Well guys, I brought it down here to the creek. We just run it out here for a little while. This mount did way better than what I expected it to, going from wide open and forward to kicking it all the way in reverse. That bracket barely does move. It's actually sturdier than what I thought it would be in the water. I'm actually really excited of how good that it actually did do. All I got to do now is put my steering cables on and getting the shaft cut down and getting my speed controls run up here to my seat. And I'm gonna reposition that battery a little bit, but all in all, I think it did pretty good. I hope you guys liked this. If you did, please leave me a like. If you will, subscribe to my channel. There'll be more videos to come of me cutting this shaft down, putting my steering controls in. I'll go over how I'm gonna run them. I'm fixing to go get out of this rain because it's kind of been raining on me the last parts of these videos. So have a good one, guys. I appreciate you watching. Thanks.